Good morning, welcome. This is day 25 of the Flexible Body, Flexible Mind Morning Yoga Challenge. I'm going to take you through this 10-minute morning yoga flow. I'm joined by a special guest today. This is my dog, Luna. I guess she'll be joining us. So each day works with a different theme. Our one-word intention today is connect. So really focusing on this element of connection, first through ourselves in this yoga practice, and then with the Flexible Mind Challenge, we'll be doing it a little bit differently. So connecting mostly with the world. All right, let's begin. Tabletop pose. Palms under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Push into your fingertips and knuckles. And we're going to do a side version of cat and cow. So you're going to inhale to stay exactly as you are. And as you exhale, see if you can almost imagine you're trying to bring your right shoulder and your right hip together to touch. So you're creating space through the left side of your body. Inhale back through to center, and then exhale over to the other side. A few more times like this. Inhale and exhale. So side body stretch. Back to center and over to the other side. Once more on each side. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. Inhale in and exhale, side bend. Come back through to center. Let's find Parsvabalasana. Thread the needle pose. Reach your right arm underneath you, lower shoulder and ear to the mat. Push into that right hip so you can lean to the side a little and maybe extend your left arm up overhead, coming up onto your fingertips. So with our word of connect, see here if you can connect to your breath. Send it all the way down to your lower belly. And let's bring our left hand back so we can push it into the floor to lift back up. And we'll go to the other side. Left arm threads underneath you. The further you get that arm, the more intensely you'll feel this through your upper back. But it is important to shift your weight back to the center, which is going to feel as if you're leaning on your left side. But really, you'll just be realigning your hips directly over your knees so that we can more effectively target our mid and upper back. I have my right arm extended up overhead, pushing into fingertips here, pushing both arms into the ground. And let's slide our right hand back down, push into the floor, back into your tabletop pose, and you can walk your hands a couple inches past your shoulders here. Bring your hips forward into this modified plank pose. And as you exhale, you can bend your elbows. Inhale, press yourself back up, and then reach your hips all the way back into child's pose. Let's just do that 2 more times. So inhale, flow all the way forward into this modified plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push yourself up. And exhale, send your hips back, just building up a little bit of heat. Inhale all the way forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. And one last time, let's press our hips back to our heels. Hold here. Maybe you want to bring your palms together to touch. Bend your elbows as you reach your thumbs towards the back of your neck, back of your head. Try to maintain an easy breath rhythm in and out through your nose. And we can straighten our arms. We'll be lifting up, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your time to get there as you lift your hips up and back. And first downward dog of the day, move any way that you'd like. Try to get a nice stretch through the back of your legs, along the spine, through your arms. Relax your head. And we'll be reaching our right leg up towards the sky. If you'd like, you can bend your knee and open your hip, or you can just stretch it up straight, whatever feels best to you this morning. And we'll take a wider variation of Warrior One. So step your right foot to the outer edge of your right hand, or almost like taking the place of that palm, and then spin that back heel down so you have your foot at about a 45-degree angle. So your feet are just a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. And I want you to focus on pulling that right hip back and pushing that left hip forward. We're going to interlace our hands behind our lower back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then see if you can straighten your elbows. Inhale, open and lift up through your heart. Find a little back bend here, still sinking into that front knee. And humble warrior, let's dive on down, either resting on your thigh or diving to the inside of that right leg. And we're not here forever, just really stretch out through your shoulders. And let's release, bring both hands to frame the front foot, lift your back heel, drop your left knee down, and maybe just hold here in this low lunge, or you can add your quad stretch. Right hand will circle all the way back to grab a hold of the left foot as we pull it in towards our seat. And you can roll that right shoulder back a little bit here. So there's a little bit of a twist. One more big belly breath. And very carefully release the hold of that foot. And we're going to find our way back into downward facing dog. So the right foot will step towards the back of the mat. Stretch everything out here. Curling tailbone up, drawing your lower belly in. And we'll set ourselves up for the second side. Left leg rises, inhale. Maybe you have a bent knee and an open hip, or you can also just keep that left leg straight if that's what you prefer. And our left foot will step pretty much where our left hand is, towards the top of the mat. I have my knee over my ankle. My back foot will rotate and spin down at a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to push both feet into the floor to rise on up. Already just from this pose, I'm getting a big thigh stretch. If it's too much for your knees, you can always just do a high lunge instead. Think of pulling that left hip back, pushing that right hip forward. Stay facing the front. Interlace your hands the more unusual way so you have your other thumb on top. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Push the rib cage down. Straighten your elbows. Maybe find a little back bend. Into your humble warrior, dive down, either resting on your thigh or going to the inside of that left leg. I'm joined by a few pets today, it seems. Take one more big breath here, and we're coming into our low lunge. So your hands can drop to the floor. Let your back knee come down to the mat and either hold as you are or add your quad stretch. Left arm circles all the way back to try to bring that right heel in towards us. And even though I'm twisting here, be careful with your right shoulder. Try to keep it pressing down so it doesn't kind of pop forward here. We want to be really careful with our shoulders. One more big breath. And you can release the hold of that foot. We all join one last time, downward facing dog. Stretching it out here. And let's bring our knees down to the mat. Swing your legs out in front of you. And just come to take a seat. Sitting up tall, hands join at the front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Anchoring this one-word intention. Connect. How does this resonate with you? What kind of connection are you craving? And let's chant Om. Inhale to chant, breathe in. Thank you so much, everyone. That was day 25 of this 30-day challenge. We are really getting close towards the end. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. And now please follow this up with video number 2, which is going to give you the Flexible Mind Daily Challenge themed around connect and connection. I'll see you again tomorrow morning for day 26.